I can't.
Not in this regard.
I can't.
Caesar.
Do you believe there's been a peaceful process to the lead up? The messages has been there. The 4 individuals are there. Would be a match for you, the NDC. I'm giving you same 13 minutes.
Thank you, Caesar. Today, Ghanaians are being told that our conditions here is better than Somalia, so we should shut up.
Oh, how can you put it
today
in this point?
We are being told that.
But Caesar, I think he's quoting. If he says we are being told,
I'll give you the opportunity to respond.
Caesar, I live at Durban new site. Madam Claudia is my neighbor. So let me go into my neighborhood. In our area, economically, you see a gap. Those who own their own houses and those who are staying or are squatters in uncompleted buildings. You realize that economically, there are people who are well-to-do, and there are those who also depend on others. So it's like in my home, if this morning my kids don't have bread and they say, Daddy, we don't have bread, I tell them, keep quiet. Look at those beyond our wall. Even what to eat this morning is a problem. You have porridge. You are complaining about bread. And I tell my kids this. Am I being a good father? Sometimes, just as you said, I read so many things. But that once I will share, I know for sure that because I believe in that, that is why I'm sharing it. It may be not my quote. It may not be coming from me directly. But because I share in that, that is what I'm quoting. Communication is a serious matter. Caesar, NPP. On this platform, I have said many times that nature is fighting that group called NPP, New Patriotic Party. Nature is fighting them. And nobody fights with nature and wins. It may be difficult for people to appreciate what I'm saying. Though the few ones who understand, they are my target, not everybody. Good. My job this morning is to ensure that, but at the end of the day, somebody understands me, not everybody. Yesterday, a lawyer said something on a platform, and he says, where the NPP are today, if they have these 4 men, namely Kennedy Ejapon, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, Akoto Owusu Afriye, Adainimo, and the 2 forerunners are Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and Kennedy Akompreko. He described them as one being a contaminated product and the other an expired product. So I got...
Is it a group? That's how you're describing the group?
No.
Or individual?
The 2.
Okay.
The 2 forerunners.
Okay.
Tomorrow is going to be Bawumia. They are going to vote for Bawumia. Ken will come second. So with all this contest, after...
Have you done a poll or you're guessing? Or?
Caesar.
I just want to know.
Caesar, you know I don't guess. I do my research. I do a lot of reading and I do a lot of watching and I follow what's happening. So it's going to be a Bawumia's day. That's what the system has brought. Kennedy has been fighting and struggling. He will be second on that. So the lawyer described one of them as a contaminated product, one as an expired product. So I got interested and wanted to know why he's describing them as such. The host asked them which among them is contaminated and which one is expired. He said Kennedy Akompreko is the contaminated product.
Okay.
So he went into the background of Ken in the space of politics.
Okay.
What has Kennedy brought into politics? So much noise, so much throwing mud at anybody.
They say honesty.
And it appears that it is Kennedy Akompreko who feeds every Ghanaian, pays every Ghanaian's bills.
They say he's being honest.
Honesty with what? Honesty with what? For some of us, we know Akompreko. Akompreko will come and shout about something. When you go behind him, you realize that he went for that thing. It was not given to him. So he will come outside and let the world know. When he gets it, nobody hears it. No. There's a list of contracts that has been given to Akompreko. And you call him honest. He doesn't come close to the word honesty. Did you hear Baumia's wife? He said people have been well fed. He was talking about Ken.
Ken says he doesn't want to respond. If he responds, there will be other issues.
Ken says he will not respond. When he responds, Baumia and Samira, their marriage will collapse. So he will not respond.
Yeah.
You see, it is their own matter. What they bring out, we will talk about it.
Okay.
So far as Ken has not said anything that will collapse the marriage, let's leave it there. Ken, he knows everybody's secret. The whole we are saying. You, if you dare him, if you push him, he will bring your secret.
Well, you sound like you don't believe it.
Let me leave Ken. Let me put his case aside. Him fighting with Efia Schwarzenegger and the words that came out. Tracy, he came on some pastors. He took them to the cleaners. It's been his character, and he's MPP. Once upon a time, he said, in the MPP, they are all fools. He doesn't even know why he belongs to there. If a group is made up of fools and you are part of them, today you want to lead them. I know Kennedy never had a dream of becoming a flag bearer or a president. It just occurred. He wouldn't have done some of the things he did. In the media, today, Ahmed Swali is not part of those who are living. Which politician brought... Ahmed Swali was an undercover journalist. And they, even by law and the nature of work, their pictures is not supposed to be in public. How many people know Anas? Unless those who knew him in person. Today, if in this room, this young man seated there is Anas, me, I don't know. He's doing his job. Caesar.
Yeah.
So the lawyer said the expired product is Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Why did he say so? When a product is supposed to function or help solve a certain problem, and it's time bound, and at the end of the era, the season, it doesn't do what it's supposed to do. 1, it will expire. 3, it was of no effect. Right? At a point in time, not too long ago, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia was touted as an economic wizard. Today, when you go into the figures, the facts and the figures, his spokesperson will say that he's an IT expert today. What background does Bawumia have with IT? And that we should credit him for why I can sit here and do transaction with my bank. We should credit him for me having a Ghana card. We should credit him for me having this Jack. Where are you?
Keep on mentioning them.
You got 3 minutes more.
So tomorrow,
Campaign man.
whoever the MPP will elect,
Yeah.
it is for Ghanaians to assess. But for me, I know they are bringing Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. So you can sit here and tickle yourself and tell me, because I'm mentioning these things,
Are you
I
impressed
should go
with
on.
their level of campaigning and the messages? they've been
Yes,
telling
a good question.
to their delegates?
To answer, this is the first time MPP is presenting weak candidates. Professor Kobi Mensah. So, to answer your question,
Yeah.
this is the first time the MPP is presenting very weak individuals.
They don't have a message.
Amongst them, their delegates is supposed to select the weakest, which is Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and present him to Ghanaians. Caesar,
Yeah.
the economic management has been in shambles, and I'm surprised that they are trying to tout Bawumia's credentials. The political strategists further criticize Dr. Bawumia for his deafening silence on economic matters since the country's financial crisis began. Not noting, I have never heard him, Dr. Bawumia, speak about the economy since the economy started plummeting. Let us be frank. Whenever they have spoken, they have attributed our economic woes to Ukraine and COVID. But everybody knows that they have mismanaged the economy. The professor said, it was yesterday,
You have a minute.
and I watched, and I said, this is what some of us have been saying since. But because we have been speaking in parables, people find it difficult to come to terms with what we are saying.
Okay.
I've said this. Whenever I say, Caesar, is it not surprising that of all the MPP, we have the men. Their top four is Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, Kennedy Akompreko, Akoto Usua Free, and Adenimo. Akoto Usua Free at the agric sector. Atopa. Akoto top. So, what is his credentials at the agric sector?
He says during his time, there was plantain
That he brought
at the
to the ministries.
Yeah, you go there and buy.
What happened to this plantain? Caesar, me sitting here
Yeah.
at Denyame, when I want plantain, the closest I should get plantain from a market is Santasi
Okay.
market here,
Okay.
not at the Ministry of Agric. Disaster of a group of people that an agric minister would decide to turn the ministry, the premises, into a market. That we should clap for him.
Time is up. Richard, thank you very much.